Do you think you can bring PSquare back? PSquare, till date, their fans are still alive. They are happy. Like, they just want them back. Do you think you can do it?
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
I can't.
Debbie, rocking her star. She knows all the great fashion trending in town. When it comes to talent, that's not all. She's very wise and intelligent, knows what she wants, so subscribe.
Just like I said it some years ago, here we are again. PSquare at loggerhead one more time. This is like the third time breakup of this PSquare, and the main issue with these duo, the identical twins, is their brother, the elder brother Jude. He is the common denominator in all of this. I had a video done 4 years ago, and we are going to flash back to that video because everything I said in that video is still ring true, and it's not me saying it, is actually Jude himself.
Do you think you can bring PSquare back? PSquare, till date, their fans are still alive. They are happy. Like, they just want them back. Do you think you can do it?
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
I can't. Never. It's not in my...
But you know you are the elder brother, so you can do it.
Listen now, my brother, I have 2 senior brothers. Don't be, every time they go say, now you be the elder brother, I be but I have 2 senior brothers before me. If 2 people, they fight,
Yes.
and the referee was supposed to separate the fight, then they follow fight time. How you want to separate the fight?
That's deep.
No, it's not about being deep. I told you earlier, Peter and Paul don't get problem. Peter don't get problem with Paul. Paul don't get problem with Peter. Peter gets problem with me. I have asked him several times what the problem was. He could not tell me. Till date, I can't even tell somebody, say, see waiting, this guy they vex for me.
Like, they can't come together. Then the next thing, when the guy was going on, like you watch, he later said that it's not my decision, but you have already let us know that it is your decision that they will never come back together. And in this interview, he also mentioned that there is nothing between Peter and Paul, like they're not fighting. The only problem is between him and Peter. And he also mentioned at some point that what did they want him to do? They asked him to beg Peter's wife, and I'm thinking why he apologized for you to go and do what they asked you to do. Obviously, you must have done something to that woman. We're not stupid.
Jude is a problem. Judas Iscariot, more like. Anyway, you guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, you are welcome. If you have been watching but you're still contemplating should you subscribe or not, what are you waiting for? Please click the subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I upload a video. To my old time subscribers, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for your support, and I'm really sorry for not being on this street for a while. You can see my eyes is still red. I'm literally suffering from a fever for a while now. Anyway, you guys, I quickly want to speak about PSquare, and I think the video I made 4 years ago, we do a lot of all the talking. But before I go into that, I literally want to talk about how Peter Obi, you know, as an elderly person, someone that they supported during the election of 2023, believe he could do it again. But however, I'm not sure this fight is going to be, it's like, if they come back together, I don't think it's going to be that long before they break up again. The only thing that will keep this duo together is if Jude could excuse himself from all these things, but I don't think he's going to. Toby went to Jude Paul house. I believe they live around each other anyway, so he went to Paul and Jude's house. They posted a video whereby Toby visited, and you know, tongues were wagging. Oh my god, why would Toby just go to Paul's house with Jude? Where is Peter? Blah 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 blah. And I'm thinking to myself that I believe Peter Obi will visited both. He just want to speak to them separately, and I think it's going to be the same old situation whereby Jude and Paul will be accusing Peter and the wife, like literally saying it's the wife that is controlling things because of what their mom had said in the beginning, because the mom was not in support of Peter getting married to a Yoruba girl, Lola Omotayo. And it's not just that, it's about that Lola Omotayo is like 9 years or so older than Peter. Paul and Jude, especially Jude, took it to extreme because literally Peter's wife is older than Jude, and Jude has been so disrespectful to her. Peter said it in some words. I will post everything Peter said. However, there are some places that jumped out to me that it was actually Paul that had a podcast.
Now, this thing was happening like December last year.
Wow. Wow.
What happened this year? I was invited by the EFCC. A repetition against me and my other brother. And I did not expect, I never thought it would come to this part. I thought it was just music thing. Then next thing, people are telling me, what did you do? Somebody saying you're going to go to jail 20 years, they're going to lock you up. What did I do? Okay, I got there. Okay, what is it? They told me everything. They've already printed on my account statement, everything, put it on the table. Explain this. First of all, what entered my mind? What if I was a bad person? I'm even doing one dubious like a Yahoo boy. I saw this guy don't just finish me. But I took it. Then they started investigation. I was there. That was the kind of question they started asking myself. I wasn't comfortable anymore. I said, what is this? Then, when I knew it was a bit kind of serious, was when I said, you have to get the shorty, you have to get the lawyer, you have to get this. I said, what?
Whoa.
Okay, I did everything.
Whoa.
Then, what then happened? 1 month ago, they called me, they called him, they called other brother. Say, first of all, we have to say that after all investigation, Paul is innocent first, and Paul is cleared. Everything you accuse him of, we've done an investigation. No. And what was this thing? It's a lifestyle. I've worked so hard. I'm a very good business person. I save. So there's a difference between when you want to pay somebody and say, okay, he wants to buy this thing. How much? 200K? Take blank check. But what about I know they buy? Put that from this my account. All of a sudden, he went back to claim something and took us to almost 2006, 7. Then only for me to be excited, telling me, explain how you have 200. They gave you 200,000, did not give you, and let us start listening to where he bought a vehicle. And I already told him this is the reason. So now, after they told you everything, the truth came out that I was innocent. What would you do if you're done? What the next thing you do? I'm sorry.
Simple.
I didn't know.
Simple. So there was no I'm sorry from your brother?
Never. So, I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying it, but because the fact that this thing is on the EFCC and is already out in the public. Otherwise, don't forget, I still working with brands. If I don't clear it out, it will affect me.
You lose them, yeah.
So the same way you took it out there, why don't you go out?
Saying that Peter arrested him with EFCC, blah, blah, blah. And when they looked everywhere, there is nothing he has done wrong. They checked his account and everything. That my own twin brother, he was really angry about that. And before you know it, a lot of people were dragging Peter. And Peter came out, be like, no way, I'm not keeping quiet this time. So Peter came out and Peter said, my dear brother Paul, just like I have told you several times, I'm not in any competition with you or anybody else. However, seeing you grant countless interview where you constantly discredit my effort in the group that we both created and built together really speak volumes. In your recent interview, you claim that you wrote a song, 99% of PSquare song, and discredited me by saying that our song with T.I. Ajo, which I wrote, was a failure. You went as far as using the YouTube views to discredit me once again. You never acknowledged the other songs like Get Squared, Busybody, Personally.
Personally, I rock your body. I promise you go home, you won't tell daddy.
Roll it.
But I love the way you roll it. See how you control it.
Temptation, Halingo, More Than a Friend, Shikini, Say Your Love, Give Me That, Senorita Igbedu, and a few others were these songs also considered failure. Literally saying that he wrote all of those songs, and if you listen very well, you can hear some of their popular songs in that. However, Paul is the one that has the best voice, and Peter is good with choreography. So to me, it's a group effort. Peter said something that really jumped out to me. He said that every time I have spoken in an interview about PSquare, I've always used we and us because I saw us as a team. But whenever you speak, it's always I and me, even when I'm standing right beside you. It's as if I never existed. Seems like Paul is a selfish person, like he's self-centered, so everything has to be about him. That's what Peter is referring to here. And he said, my brother, neither of us is the most talented artist in the world, but you fail to understand that God gave us the talent and even granted us another chance to excel after our last breakup. Instead, you choose to turn the most awarded and decorated music group in Africa into a laughing stock again. One thing you need to understand clearly is that the fans didn't fall in love with PSquare because of who sang or danced the most. What made us special was the magic that came from our combined efforts. Us to PSquare was a force, and the fans fell in love with PSquare because of our uniqueness and unity. We both have talent, no doubt, and I have often praised you in an interview for your songwriting ability. I've always praised anyone who has ever written a song for us.
This guy, he produced the song. He wrote the song from beginning to end.
Hey, well done.
Vitek is co-signed with my own record company called P
Okay.
Classic.
Okay.
He's working with us now.
Okay.
In fact, this guy, they push me aside.
Saying that he praised Paul whenever he needs to, but Paul has always minimalized whatever effort he puts in the group. You are always claiming to be PSquare songwriter, composer, producer, singer, backup. In fact, you are everything, including PSquare video director. Ban. I blame myself for not responding to your claim, just this is a long episode, you guys. This is what Jude was saying. Like, Peter never told me whatever I did to him, but Peter said, I've told him severally, but he keeps disrespecting my wife. He said, I often find myself wondering, what do you truly gain by constantly disrespecting and belittling me all the time? You have disrespected my wife, disrespected my family, disrespected my talent, disrespected my ideas, and even sided with Jude when he was clearly trying to oppress me. Now it feels like you have taken it even further by trying so hard to turn the fans against me by making them believe I'm jealous of you. You have been doing everything for the fans to hate me, but guess what? They will never hate me. Instead, they will hate us both. Which is true. You are too, like, people will literally, except some fools who will take side. They are group. We know them as a group. The twins, identical twins. Who is who? Who is Peter? Who is Paul? I know them. There is difference in them aside from the dreadlocks. Paul is the one with the dread. Peter is the handsome one without dreads. Anyway, they are both handsome, but Peter looks a bit of a edge than Paul. So he said that I hope you are happy now. I genuinely wish you nothing but the best, bro. As for those who believe these lies and false narratives, I come to my page to drop negative comments. I understand you because you have fed the wrong narrative for a long time. Please allow me to focus and do my music in peace. And he said, as for the EFCC matter, I will address it before the end of today. Stay tuned. Peace. So then he addressed the EFCC situation, and I think I have that as well. And now I've had this story about 2 months or 3 months ago on one blog on Instagram, literally accusing. So I'm going to put everything he said on the page. And what happened is the royalty money. I think Jude created music distributor establishment. So apparently Jude and the wife are the CEO of that company, and they've been siphoning the money. I think for Paul to still stand by Jude in all of these and literally condemned his own twin brother that they came together same day, maybe Paul benefited from all this money as well. So now, he said after Jude confessed to diverting the funds, he also told the EFCC that the money he had been sending to Paul for several years wasn't about sharing money behind Peter's back. Instead, it was money he owed Paul from the sales of their house in America, which he was gradually paying back the loan. This is the reason why Paul has been telling everyone that the EFCC has cleared him, as if I ever wanted him to get into trouble with the EFCC. The story is very long. I will tell it all. Like, they really did Peter dirty. That's all I can say. And when there is like a group of people, I'm not going to, I think I've explained so much about this thing in the first video. I just want to bring what came to limelight again. I deducted everything I said in that video from just one interview that Jude had with Today Ednot. And in that interview, you can literally tell that they marginalize Peter a lot. And I think it's coming from the fact that they don't like his wife. And at the same time, the wife will not sit down and look at the elder brother, which is Jude, conniving with Paul to kind of cheat Peter out of what they both worked for. If you want to know so much about their story, the background, everything, there is a channel on this YouTube street. I love the girl. I've always watched her channel. She's a storyteller. She actually did a deep dive on their life, the beginning, the end, to the fight. You can go to Nezerville on YouTube, Nezerville. All I know is that they are twins. They were born the same day. They have a brother that was into music. They keep following him to the studio. But eventually, Jude doesn't know they will be this big star. And Jude, you know, moved back from music because it's not bringing him anything. Eventually, he became the manager and, you know, the video director of their group. And that's how three of them, as brothers, they come into business. And without Lolo Omotayo, Peter's wife, their story is incomplete because she was the one putting them on this platform in the beginning. That's why I said the previous video I had done, I will link it. Jude might try to let people see Peter as this evil brother that is trying to cut him off out of their life, because people cut their family out of their life when they are cheating them. That is why they do it. And if you're saying Peter is doing it because of that, yeah, you deserve it. You can't just be cheating him out of what he worked out for. And you and Paul, you connived and started ripping him. Peter too is not Sazu. If it's Sazu, I want to rip me. Want to rip me, that one will shout. From my own point of view, I think Jude did Peter dirty. And instead for Paul to speak up because of the benefit, Paul is keeping quiet as well. When I saw it, I knew like something deep is going on, and it has to do with money. The love of money is the root of all evil. Not money itself, is the love you have for money that becomes the root of the evil in you. Anyway, you guys, I want to hear what you think about this. I want to hear your opinion. Do you think Peter is right for correcting the records? Or do you think Paul is right by going on podcasts and literally saying, oh, I'm not at fault, I don't have any problem? And do you think Peter is right for saying, I'm not interested in you getting into trouble? They just want to confirm whether everything Jude was telling them is true, because Jude and the wife, they are taking money from the account of PSquare and they are putting it in their own personal account. And apparently Paul is getting something? Let's continue that discussion in the comment section below. And on your way out, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share if you like it. If you haven't, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
So subscribe and get that gist with the one and only Debbie Flashbacks.